Hi guys, Chosen Reactions, and this video I'm going to react to episode 11 of season 1 of Babylon 5. If you're watching this on YouTube, I also offer full reactions and early access on my Patreon. Alright, let's get into it.
Rumors are still running rampant in Earth Dome as President Luis Santiago continues his journey to Babylon 5. While the president is scheduled to present a new fighter wing to the station, many believe his real reason for the visit is to build support for his new alien immigration and trade agreements, which have met with strong opposition in the Senate.
Interesting. Even though everything will go wrong again. And here it starts. Oh! Oh wow, okay.
Drop pressure doors.
Did not think it would affect the outer shell.
Oh my god.
Okay, sorry about that.
Some poor slob probably forgot to close the dampers on the plasma driver.
Then you're ruling out sabotage.
I never rule out
It has to be
sabotage.
sabotage,
But those crews are
sorry.
inexperienced and they've been working round the clock.
What
You
about
know this Major Kemmer?
Knew her 17 years ago. Her dad was a friend. She was a real sweet kid.
Mr. Garibaldi is heading the investigation. I'm sure he'll be happy to fill you in.
With all due respect, I'd prefer my own team handle this.
Well, that's up to Mr.
Commander, as Chief of Presidential Security, I have the authority to take over this investigation with or without your permission.
Jeez.
I would much rather my report reflected full cooperation on your part.
Let her have it.
Okay, what else happened? You know, her dad was your friend? Did that friendship end?
What is it with you?
This is a deliberate slap in the face to the entire
We have more urgent matters. Oh, Jesus!
All that tattooing, seeping into your brain? You think I have nothing better to do than to bust you every few days? Well, do you?
Yo!
Answer me! Shut up. What the hell it is? Get out!
Yeah, you're working out some major issues.
17 years ago, I was working security for the ice mining operation on Europa. A real cesspool. Murders, theft, dust peddling, you name it. Half the command staff was on the take and the other half didn't give a damn. Except for me. When the job got tough, I'd spend time with him and his family. That's when I first met Liana. Uncle Mike, she used to call me. With all the madness, it kept me sane and sober for a while. Instead of coming at me head on, they rigged a shuttle pad. Frank was bringing in the last run of the day. Just as he touched down, it blew. You could see the fireball for a mile in every direction.
I'm sorry.
They had it all figured. Pinned it on my negligence.
I take my orders from Major Kemmer.
Do you guys have a doctor then? Wait, what? Whoa! What is that?
I want to know about the explosion in Cobra Bay 12.
Is he gonna die because of this?
accident. Bomb.
Get out of my way, or by God, I'll shove you out the nearest airlock.
And he's serious.
Nolan, who planted the bomb?
It was Garibaldi.
What? Oh no, are they gonna try to... Once again, he's going to be the one blamed? And this is way worse. It was not Garibaldi. Please. Oh, great. This can't be a coincidence. Blaming him and putting her in charge? With that background?
I am well within my authority, Commander. Mr. Garibaldi has been implicated in a possible sabotage attempt. Suspension is standard procedure. In light of the President's arrival, I will assume command of security in his place.
Oh, give me a break, will you?
Yeah, you're very impartial. Not that anyone will care about that.
Mike, I'll need your security authorization, your link, and your Saturn.
And what is he going to do then? Without that?
I made a mistake, I know that. But I would never have let your father die to save myself. You've got to believe that.
I might. If you had told me then, but you just got drunk and ran. Like you always do.
The scan showed traces of C-15 in the burn residues, and Chang found schematics of the Cobra Bay, and these, hidden in his quarters.
Like he would just hide it in such a bad place.
Mr. Garibaldi is many things, but he's no saboteur, and I've had it up to here with this personal vendetta of yours.
Make it up to
Kill that alert.
here.
Sir, Ivanov at all security posts. Cancel fugitive alert immediately.
If you insist on obstructing me, Commander, I have no choice but to invoke presidential
And
authority.
I'm sick of that, too. This is my station, and it's time you realize that. Lieutenant Commander Ivanova. Escort Major Kemmer off the observation dome.
With pleasure. You are going to resist, I hope.
Oh! That's, interesting.
Why are all comm channels to Earth offline?
Maintenance check. We wouldn't want the president to be out of touch when he gets here.
I demand you open a channel to Earth at once.
I'm a lieutenant commander in Earth Force, Major. I do not take demands. If you have a request, I'll consider it.
Very well, then. I request that you open a channel to Earth Dome.
Request denied. Have a nice day.
You're being awfully generous. Any particular reason?
What's up with
You're a
that?
very suspicious man, Garibaldi.
We all
But
have to
yes,
be.
There is a reason. We are alike, you and I.
Again with that.
We are both, as you say, the odd man out. And it would give me some small pleasure to know that things can work out, even for us.
I did not expect that. I thought he would want something in return. How many surprises do you have?
But I have always had the greatest respect for your talents.
I'm
Oh.
too tired for dancing, Jakar.
What would you say if I told you that a ship stands ready to spirit you away to Norn space?
I'd
Why,
say-
why would that be?
Oh, you could serve us in any number of ways. If you should grow homesick in time, I'm sure we could arrange for your return to human space. With the proper genetic alterations, and that too
Of
might
course,
serve our
genetic
needs.
alterations.
You want me to betray my own world?
Stop seeing things in such absolute terms.
Proceed through Central Docking Hub. Your ships will be routed to Cobra Arm 3, where they'll be permanently
Is there
stationed.
gonna be
following
another
the flight.
explosion?
I need access to restricted sectors if I'm going to prove my innocence. A high-level security card shouldn't be too much of a problem.
I fix nothing. I do business. Legitimate business.
You don't trust me.
Legitimate business.
You are police.
Not anymore. I'm a fugitive. Don't tell me you haven't heard.
Yeah, you're not updated?
You are still police. No sale.
Come on, money talks. Ah. Yeah. What? Oh. Yeah, no.
Let's do it.
Wait, what? We are? Are we already doing it?
Sorry, I missed most of the fun.
If I'd missed any more of the fun, you'd be a smear on the floor. I've got to get you to Med Lab.
I'm not going anywhere till I find out who framed me.
Michael, you can't do it alone.
If I have to, I'll die trying.
I can't let you do that. Sinclair.
Commander, you have a gold priority transmission from General Netter.
Oh, and he's disappearing.
On my way. Michael.
I expect everything to be secure when the president's entourage comes out the other side.
I want to find Garibaldi as much as you do. The only difference is I haven't already judged him.
I resent your implication.
That's your privilege. But the fact is, Garibaldi is as loyal as you are. And if you weren't so twisted up inside about what happened to your father, you'd realize that.
Ooh.
It's not justice you're after, Major. It's blood.
That's the truth. You're not the judge. That was a pathetic attempt at searching the place. You're not even going around.
Take bottle. Huh?
Don't take bottle. You just take the head back. I'm sure you know you were like walking it. You can still close it. You can still put it back in. You can still not drink it. You can still spit it out. Oh fuck. Okay, I give up. I tried.
Yeah, this place should be on all the charter tours. See and experience the real Babylon 5. Hell, in a couple of months, I could see a few of you people topside. See you around.
Uh-oh. Yeah, you can't run in this state.
You never change, do you, Michael?
I thought I had. Until you showed up.
You're tired, Michael. You're hurt. Tell me the truth and you can rest.
He's been telling...
We already have more than enough evidence against you. Don't make it harder on yourself.
Commander Sinclair ordered me to search Nolan's quarters. I found these.
Vibration detonator.
And the pamphlets? They're Home Guard stuff. We had
Here
a
we
little
go
trouble with them
again.
a while back. Mr. Garibaldi cleared it up.
We suspected Nolan of belonging to some pro-Earth group, but we never could prove it. And this is just Home Guard style.
Are you saying Nolan was killed by a bomb he planted himself?
Exactly. He didn't know they'd be using a plasma driver in the bay.
But what about motive?
They say the president's gonna announce free alien immigration.
That's a pretty clear motive. Yeah.
Sticking Home Guard's craw.
I will piss them off real bad.
I'd like to believe you, Michael. But this supposition of yours doesn't explain how that evidence got in your quarters.
Because he got
Nobody
framed.
knew Nolan had named you except you,
Me, and
Mr. Franklin, and Commander Sinclair.
And Cutter, who was there just when the evidence against me was found.
Cutter is one of our best agents.
So?
Maybe Home Guard was counting on that. Shouldn't you make a personal inspection just to be sure?
Yeah. We talking about the president?
Watch him.
My pleasure.
Seriously, you're just gonna That was so dumb.
Do it. Prepare to drop fighters on my mark.
Garibaldi accused him of being a dirty cop. You're just gonna turn your back on him? Ooh, again with the badass kicks.
Begin countdown at T-minus 30 seconds.
Commencing. Hey, Bonneva, abort the drop!
Garibaldi?
There's a bomb in the bay!
What?
Just do
Abort
it!
the drop!
Yo!
8, 7, 5. Abort the drop!
Where are you?
3. Just do it!
Can you? Yeah, do it already!
At T-1.
We found charges on all the bay doors. If they had opened, we would have lost the whole wing and half the station with it. We also checked on Cutter. Seems someone on Earth deposited 100,000 credits into an account in his name an hour after Nolan named you. He withdrew it here and...
Centauri ducats, which he planted in my quarters. Very smooth.
Hopefully there won't be a next time. But if there is, promise me something. You won't try and fight the battle alone. You're more trouble than a toilet full of snakes, but I couldn't run this station without you.
Commander, I sense a huge pay raise coming my way.
Dream on.
I screwed up, Michael. I'm sorry.
Nothing to be sorry about. You did your job.
No.
Yeah, no.
Commander Sinclair was right. I wasn't out for justice, I was out for blood.
Good that you admit it.
To all of us. We're not machines, Liana. When we're hurt, we lash out.
I'll see you the next time the president visits. He's fond of Babylon 5, you know.
And make sure nothing happens to him. We need all the friends we can get.
I will.
You barely have any.
Goodbye, Michael.
Alright, this was episode 11 of season 1 of Babylon 5, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good episode, and I'm happy that in this one we got a spotlight on Garibaldi. Storyline pretty much revolved around him. We also got a little bit more like background of him, and you know, unsurprisingly, it was a pretty tragic one. We found out that he was pretty much considered to be, you know, some like an uncle to Liana, who lost her father, and she has blamed Garibaldi pretty much her whole life for this. And as she said during the episode, you know, I think she blames it even more that instead of talking to her about it or explaining to her what happened or how her father ended up dead, that he reached for the bottle, and you know, he, as he said before, that, you know, he relapses, and I think that's, you know, he wasn't capable of actually, I mean, and even if he would have reached to the bottle, how do you even explain this to a kid? So things pretty much, you know, soured, and she, all this time, she always blamed him for it, and, you know, as Garibaldi explained it to Sinclair, he saw that, you know, that she just, like, died inside, and you could definitely tell from the way she acted, you know, during this whole debacle, during this whole, you know, we have to protect the president. You could definitely tell from the way she carried herself, which was very unnerving, but on the other hand, also understanding. And even though I also understand what he said at the end, you know, that, I mean, we're all human, and that those feelings and those events would make you wanna, I guess, find revenge. Of course, as we all know, it's not acceptable. I mean, throughout this episode, Garibaldi was being framed for putting a bomb, and the bomb actually went off. The ship got destroyed for you. Well, not the whole ship, but like got damaged. I mean, sorry. And the one who died. Before he died, he said that Garibaldi was behind it, or at least he said it was Garibaldi. So yeah, of course, I understand wanting to do, making sure that it is not Garibaldi, but it was very clear from the start, especially when we got that information before, that she was out for blood. Not just, not just doing her duty, not just doing her job, as in making sure that Garibaldi is in fact, not behind this, which was definitely frustrating, but again, it was still understanding. But it was very stressful to see him, see that his duty getting stripped away from him. He's made it clear before, if I remember, that because, he's very happy that he can, that he's head of security, that he has his part, on this station, and he's very grateful for that also towards Sinclair. He was also for a long time, he was, and still, he always kind of felt like, he doesn't really deserve it, or didn't understand why Sinclair would give him that chance. But even though that, yes, obviously he has some problems, and even though, in this episode as well, he relapsed and he might relapse again, that's not the only thing, that's not what defines him. There's more to him than that. And I'm happy that, he has people like Sinclair who also see that. But yeah, I was definitely nervous for him. Throughout the episode, we could see that multiple times people were offering him, like alcohol, or he himself also at first almost drank, but then something else came up, and I think it was clear that at some point, or at least to me, that he wouldn't be able to refuse anymore. So when that last time that happened after the head debacle, I was nervous, but I was still hoping at the last second he wouldn't. But yeah, it can happen. It's also part of that process. Not that I'm, of course, not an expert, but from what I think I know about it. And I'm happy that, Michael, sorry, why am I saying the actor's name? That Sinclair also told him, like, of course, we're hoping that there won't be a next time, but if it will, if it would happen, including that he isn't alone. And that he shouldn't try to do or solve things on his own. He can. It's not wrong to lean on others or to ask for help. You don't have to do it yourself. And once again, I just really like this friendship the both of them share. I really want, I want to continue to see more of that. But I didn't just appreciate the moments between Garibaldi and Sinclair. I also really, really like that moment between Londo and Garibaldi. And there have been more Londo and Garibaldi scenes, actually quite a lot, and there's a good reason for that. Not only do the actors have a very nice dynamic with each other, but I also like that, when Garibaldi, just as me, was wondering, like, okay, why exactly are you seemingly helping me? That instead of Londo wanting to have something in return, he told him, and that's something that returned, but, he told him, like, hey, we're very much alike. We're both, I think, the odd man out. Not sure if I said that right. And it will be nice, to see someone like him, I guess, succeed. That things would work out. And I like that. It wasn't the biggest moment in the episode, but that did make an impression on me. And also, of course, that the information we got about one of the, I guess, gods, the Centauri worship, for fortune. So yeah, so other than, of course, having more Garibaldi and Sinclair scenes, I'm still always a fan of having more, well, also just Lone Lore in general, but more Lone Lore and Garibaldi scenes. Ivanova also, you know, I also really enjoyed her scenes, especially how she was also trying, of course, to help Garibaldi, trying to make sure that he would have enough time to clear his name. But once again, she has this amazing attitude, especially towards Lyanna, and I like those more sort of lighthearted moments, you know, kind of giving me a chuckle in between the stress. And I know that Garibaldi kind of said it like mockingly, well, not even kind of, but mocked the people, I guess in this sort of underground bar, you know, saying that, oh, this is like the real Babylon 5, and maybe at some point I'm gonna see you, what was it, topside? That kind of stung though. It's like, damn, that's, I mean, I know he was drunk, but like, geez. I was actually before that thinking about, oh, we're seeing more of those, well, again, those underground places. I'm curious as to when or if, but I think when. I'm pretty sure it will happen, but we're gonna have an episode where we're gonna learn a little bit more about the, I guess, the real Babylon 5, but you know, the more, the non-official parts, the people who, I guess, are at the bottom of the food chain. I'm not sure. Although I'm hoping it wouldn't turn out to be like a certain infamous episode of Babylon. Not Babylon 5, I mean Battlestar Galactica. Why did I say Babylon? Guess the both start with a B. But anyways, that they don't, that episode won't end up like a certain infamous episode of Battlestar Galactica of the second season. I won't say the name, but if you've watched Battlestar Galactica, the reboot, then you probably know which episode I'm talking about. It's a pretty infamous one. Also Lyanna, another pleasant surprise. And in this show, it's a legit pleasant surprise, because as we definitely seen like last episode, you know, once again, this show is not afraid, you know, to not give us like, oh, every episode doesn't have to end with a, you know, like with a happy ending. We don't always get like a beautiful like bow on it. Sometimes it's just gets very real, I guess. But I was pleasantly surprised that in this case, not only did Garibaldi get cleared, because in fact, you know, it was this Cutter and Nolan together. You know, because they were both working for the Home Guard. Those, well, racist and terrorists. So not only did Garibaldi was he able to clear his name, but also he, I guess, found resolution with Lyanna. You know, the both of them were able to forgive each other, which was very important, and I really liked that. I don't know, I wouldn't be surprised, or I wouldn't have been surprised. I'm sorry, I'm having some trouble talking today. I wouldn't have been surprised if, you know, if she just would have been like, you know, well, I guess you weren't the one who did it, and, you know, and that's it. And she would kind of leave, and maybe he would try to reach out to her, but she would still be like, you know, even though you weren't responsible for this, I still blame you for what happened to my father. So I'm happy that instead we got this scene between, and even got a hug, and I don't know, I thought it was pretty wholesome. And of course it doesn't mean that everything is just like 100%, but still, this is a major step, and it would also hugely help him as well, because I don't want to know how much pain that has caused him, and how much it's still gonna, you know, be a part of him. I mean, he, for crying out loud, he even said so as well that I'm pretty sure he said something to the extent that maybe we'll survive long enough so that we at one day forget how painful it is to be human. I think he said something to that extent. That definitely struck a nerve. I thought we would see the president. That didn't happen. We did see the what was the name? I wrote it down. Where is it? The name of the ship. Was it? No, where is it? I wrote it down. I wanted to say it. I mean, I know it's not that important, but still. Oh, that sucks. Well, I don't know. I didn't wrote it down. But anyways, we got to see his ship. And we get to see that he was, you know, didn't die in the nick of time. Like, thank God again for Garibaldi and also the others helping him out to figure out who the real culprit was. And before I forget, I definitely want to compliment the actor. I'm not sure if I must have, but anyways, because the spotlight is on him, to give a shout out to the actor who plays Garibaldi, or played. I think his name is Jerry. So yeah, Jerry did a great job. Yeah, I think the casting so far is very well done. You know, I don't think they're like any of the main actors, you know, haven't I guess delivered like their A game or something. Wait, am I saying this right? Haven't delivered well, I think they're always on point, and Jerry this episode again, very well done. So I really like this episode. I don't think I have any like issues with it or something. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Bye.